Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today our group will present on the topic sketch the graph of sin, cosine and tangent. My name is Danial Aiman bin TAJUL ANUAR. My metric numbers is 14 DKA 21F 1103.
My name is Danish Danial bin AZRAI. My matrix number is 14 DKA 21F 1100.
My name is HAFIZUDDIN bin AZMI. My metric number is 40 DKA 21F 1070.
Definition of trigonometry. Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that studies relationship between the side and angle of triangle. Trigonometry is found all throughout geometry, as every straight side shape may be broken into as a collection of triangles. Further still, trigonometry has astoundingly intricate relationship to other branches of mathematics, in particular complex number, infinite series, logarithm, and calculus. For the first, we start with sin. This is a sin graph, and the sin function has this beautiful up-down curve which repeat every 2 pi radians or 316 degree. It starts at 0, head up to 1 by pi, to radians 19 degree, and then heads down to -1. So this is an example question for sin. The graph show the y is sin x between 0 degree and 316 degree. The key features of this graph you need to remember: the peak is 1 and occurs at 19 degree. The minimum is -1, occurs at 217 degree. The graph crosses the axis at 0 degree, 118 degree, and 316 degree.
I want to present cosine. Plot of cosine. Cosine graph. My left side is the cosine graph. Cosine is just like sine, but it starts at 1 and heads down until pi radian 188 degrees, and then hands up again. If you can see the slide, it is example question for cosine graph. As with the sine graph, this portion is one period of the graph, so it is repeated for all the values before 0 degrees and past 360 degrees. The key features of this graph you need to remember: number 1 is the peak is 1 and occur at 0 degrees and 360 degrees. Number 2, the minimum is -1 and the occurs at 180 degrees. The graph crosses the axis at 90 degrees and 270 degrees. The key features of this graph you need to remember: number 1 is the peak is 1 and occur at 0 degrees and 360 degrees. Number 2, the minimum is -1 and the occurs at 180 degrees. The graph crosses the axis at 90 degrees and 270 degrees. Danish Danial will continue our presentation.
This is the plot of the tangent function, and as you can see, there is also a tangent graph on the right side. So the tangent function actually has a completely different shape. It goes between negative and positive infinity, crossing through 0 degrees and at every pi radians at 180 degrees, as shown on this plot. And this is the example question for the tangent graph. The key things you need to understand about this graph is it crosses the axis once at the origin, and the graph gets very big as the angle gets close to 90 degrees, and similarly gets very small as the angle gets close to negative 90 degrees. The dotted line on this graph are asymptotes lines, which the function gets closer and closer to but never quite touches. As with the previous graph, this part only represents one period. However, this period repeats every 180 degrees, unlike the previous graph that are repeated every 360 degrees. So, as the graph repeats, so do the asymptotes. So, as conclusion, we get to know that trigonometry is the important mathematics solution that we all use in daily life, especially for work like architecture. The reason why architects always use the trigonometry system because it is more accurate than using a measuring equipment, which is likely to get a human error. It makes the building more safe and be able to prevent the occurrence of any accidents, so please don't forget to use the trigonometric system constructing any building. Thank you.